Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE Monday Night Raw on April 26, 2015, and this week's Raw brought back the returning King of the Ring tournament, and well, as a person who's been watching WWE and many other promotions over the years, I'm glad to see the King of the Ring tournament back. It's always been something that was it was something a little bit different throughout the year to get a tournament style type storyline going along and something behind it as well. For the longest time, it was kind of just the tournament. Then they at one point brought it in as a #1 contendership type tournament as well for the year Brock Lesnar won, and he for the WWE undisputed title at that time. They've used it for many different areas, and they've used it for the last so many years whenever they do bring it back as a Raw thing. I'm glad that they're kind of making it its own thing, where they did the first round tonight, and then they're doing the semifinals and finals on the WWE Network the next night. So I like that they're kind of making it its own thing again. For tonight with the first round matches, I liked how at the beginning, before the match started, that they kind of cut to one of those little old style backstage promo type promos for each of the superstars, explaining like what they would do if they were king or something like that. I like that the aspect that they did that to try to garner more importance towards the King of the Ring tournament. The matches themselves, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler was a relatively good match. I'm liking the aspect that they decided to keep the whole Dolph Ziggler Sheamus storyline going. They did it throughout the whole night as well. So by referring to that, they also had Dolph Ziggler come out and interfere in Sheamus' match with Dean Ambrose, causing the disqualification, allowing Sheamus to advance, but Sheamus distracting Dolph Ziggler and costing him his match beforehand. So I like that aspect, that they're going to keep that keep that storyline going at least for a little bit longer. I mean, the way they ended at Extreme Rules, you have to continue on with that. R-Truth Stardust was kind of just there. It was a relatively good match, but it was just there. No real story build behind it. It was just a match to make sure there was another person in there for the semifinals. The Adrian Neville Luke Harper match was a relatively good one as well. I can see where I think they're gonna go with this. And if they play, and that's how they decide to play it off, and it's completely fine. I'm thinking they're going to play it off with Bad News Barrett going up against Neville in the finals. So they'll probably have Dolph Ziggler interfere tomorrow night in the Neville Sheamus match, and then Bad News Barrett R-Truth will probably just be one straight up match at that point. And then after that, they'll have the final match as well. More than likely, it depends on how fast they want to push Adrian Neville, or Neville in this case. I would think they would want to give this to Bad News Barrett at this point, because I think they're gonna try to push him one more time, and hopefully he doesn't get injured again, and causing that push not to happen. But if not, they're going really quickly with Adrian Neville in this case. They'll probably go with Adrian Neville in that aspect as well. So that was definitely one good portion. I thought a very good point on Monday Night Raw was the whole King of the Ring tournament. I also did like the aspect that they aren't going to end the whole thing with Naomi and the Bellas. They decided to continue on with that feud for a little bit longer. It looks... I did like the aspect that they were trying to make the Bellas more of a face in this case, because they turned Naomi heel. So it does, no longer go into the whole aspect of heel versus heel in any way. So we'll see where they continue on with that. Other areas I liked the official introduction to the Bray Wyatt Ryback storyline. He's been doing the cryptic messages and everything, and now they finally bring it out that it's Ryback. And for the most part, people had already kind of figured it out, but this brings it into it being full on official, this is where their feud's going to go. It could be a very interesting feud. So we'll see where they go along with it. I think they could lead into some relatively good matches between the two of them down the road. So, like I said before, we'll see where they go, and hopefully it ends up being really, really good. You had, of course, New Day continuing on with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I like this aspect of the match, just on how they're they're almost doing double switches all over the place. You saw it with the Bellas and Naomi now, and now you're also seeing it with Kidd and Cesaro and the New Day. New Day is going heel while the Kidd and Cesaro are going into being faces now. You see New Day cheating more and everything on that aspect. So they're going to continue on with that storyline, because you got to have it going into them having a rematch for the tag team titles, which they're going to be doing on SmackDown as well. And and this pretty much leads me into where the main the main event focal point was at for the night. Of course, they started off with Kane, Seth Rollins, J&J Security coming out, cutting a promo. Seth doing his typical bit, getting underneath Kane's skin in every way, shape, or form, trying to make him mad. This also, of course, brought out Randy Orton, talking about from the night before how and trying to get getting another title shot, and Roman Reigns, of course, trying to get himself in there, both making like their little cases and everything. I do like how Randy Orton brings up that even your own authority members admit to you cheating from the night before and everything in that aspect. Overall, relatively decent promo setting up for the tag match later that night. The one aspect I didn't like about the show was the whole Kane is making it up to the doing one of those WWE Universe polls to see who was going to get the payback main event spot for the title. I don't like it when they're doing that aspect of everything, because it is really just insulting the fans' intelligence in this case. Because either they're going to, throughout the night, kind of give you a hint of what they want in every way, and they'll throw it out there, and then they'll manipulate the situation, and if they do go with actual voting, that's how they'll go with it. But in the end of the day, they'll just go with what they want. You knew they were going for a triple threat match, so you just expected that to be the winner in the end. It was a pretty obvious choice area there. I don't like the whole live polls thing and everything, especially to determine the number one contenders and everything in that case. I would have been better off of just having some kind of match, having everybody interfere and have it become a schmoz, and they set up a triple threat that way. That's just my own personal opinion in that case. The tag match, I liked how they played off the whole match between Kane and Seth. You had that aspect from before where Kane was getting underneath his skin, but he was Seth was getting underneath Kane's skin, but they were setting it up to be they ended up setting it up to where they were working together throughout the whole match, and then eventually, like, a couple miscues causes Kane to lose control and going after Seth Rollins and costing them the match and everything. So for the most part, that entire aspect came off relatively well and decently entertaining in this case. This week's Monday Night Raw I thought was actually relatively good because of, mainly the King of the Ring tournament. It's just something I personally like, so it's probably maybe not a full-on fair assessment, but it definitely worked for this week to have that King of the Ring tournament back in there, and we'll see where they go with that tomorrow night on the network, and what route they decide to go with the semifinals and finals of the King of the Ring tournament. So that is my review this week for Monday Night Raw, and I thank you guys for watching.